the City Council meeting of September 16, 2021 to order. Roll call, please.
Alderman Ames.
Here.
Alderman Catalano.
Here.
Alderman Currielli.
Here.
Alderman Jacob. Alderman Messina.
Here.
Alderman Sorrentino.
Here.
Alderman Sismarski.
Here.
Alderman Woods.
Here.
And Mayor Police.
Here. I declare a quorum present. Please stand, join the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I need a motion to approve the September 2nd, 2021 regular City Council minutes.
So moved. Second.
Okay, any questions, comments, or corrections? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Do any citizens wish to be heard on matters not listed on the agenda? Okay, I have no written communiques this evening. Under Mayor's report, we have two items. A CDBG grant for certain neighboring lighting projects, and a resolution authorizing the city to participate in 2021 Safe Routes School Grant Program. Mr. Lang, you want to give the first update? And we're basically going to have a motion to move forward. The final action then will be taken at the next meeting because this was not on the agenda, but we need to get this signed if we want to get these grants going. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. Staff, under the direction of the city manager, is consistently looking to identify and apply for funding opportunities for grants that are available to us. Two such examples of that are presented to you tonight for approval. The first is a Community Development Block Grant Program, which is administered through DuPage County. It's aimed to improve infrastructure within low to moderate income areas. So we've applied for street lighting improvements in Ward 3. The second is the Safe Route to School program. As you may recall, as part of the Elizabeth Drive bridge improvements, our plan is to extend the existing path, multi-use path on Addison Road to the Forest Preserve entrance along Elizabeth Drive. This funding mechanism, given the location of Oak Brook School in relation to our project, would extend that path from the Forest Preserve Drive all the way to Wooddale Road to provide safe alternate means of transportation for students and parents to the school.
Thank you. Mr. Bond, did you have something to add?
Yeah, just, and again, this matter came directly to council. Generally, these might come to committee. Given the timing of it, we learned that the CDBG grant program is, the applications need to be in before the next council meeting. This will give the council's authorization to move forward with that. And the same was true with respect to the resolution as to the Safe Route School participation. This was a provision that was part of a bigger program, and so they're trying to get all their paperwork together so that all the different components of that for the different units of government can be coordinated. So they were mostly just timing issues, and then what we'll do is we'll put those on, same items, depending on the approval here tonight, can go on the consent agenda at the next meeting. Those will be approved and ratified.
Any questions? Okay, then we need a motion. Do we need a separate motion for each?
Yes.
I'll make that motion.
For the CDBG grant?
Second.
Okay, let's do a roll call.
Alderman Ames.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Messina.
Yes.
Alderman Sorrentino.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
Yes.
Alderman Woods.
Yes.
And that passes. Next, we need a motion for the Safe Routes School Grant.
So move.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Alderman Ames.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Messina.
Yes.
Alderman Sorrentino.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
Yes.
Alderman Woods.
Yes.
And that passes. Okay, that concludes my report. City Manager, Mr. Murmas.
Two items tonight for residents at home interested in partaking in the citywide garage sale that begins tomorrow. You can still come into City Hall at the clerk's office and register. Unfortunately, you won't be able to be placed in the map that we're providing, but we will give you a nice, bright, shiny garage sale sign, and you will be registered for the garage sale program. My second item is congrats to the police department, who was just awarded a grant for $37,000 for their annual traffic enforcement. So that's good that they were able to attain that funding once again. So good job to the police department. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Next, if no objections, I entertain a motion to approve 5 items on the consent agenda. Do I have any objections? Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Alderman Ames.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Messina.
Yes.
Alderman Sorrentino.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
Yes.
Alderman Woods.
Yes.
And that passes. Now, I'll need a motion to approve the items on the agenda. Item number 1, an ordinance amending Chapter 14, Section 14.518 and 14.519 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Wooddale regarding public indecency and profanity. Item number 2, a resolution approving an agreement with FGM Architects for conceptual study for updates to the police department facility in a not-to-exceed amount of $12,000. Item number 3, a resolution approving change order number 1 to the agreement between the City of Wooddale and Benchmark Construction for Ward 2 and 3 Stormwater Improvement Project, Contract D, in an amount not to exceed $16,051. Item number 4, a resolution approving an agreement between the City of Wooddale and Superior Road Striping Incorporated for 2021 pavement marking program in an amount not to exceed $20,665. Item number 5, an ordinance closing out and dissolving Wooddale Special Service Area Number 11 in the City of Wooddale, Illinois 60191. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay, motion is second. Roll call, please.
Alderman Ames.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Messina.
Yes.
Alderman Sorrentino.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
Yes.
And Alderman Woods.
Yes.
And that passes. Next, committee chairman reports, planning, zoning, and building. Alderman Woods.
No report, Mayor.
Thank you. Public health, safety, judiciary, and ethics. Alderman Sismarski.
No report, Mayor.
Thank you. Public Works Committee, Alderman Messina.
Sorry, 2 reports, Mayor. The first is a resolution approving a proposal from Soil and Material Consultants, Inc. for the Public Works Facility geotechnical investigation in an amount not to exceed $10,795.
Is that your motion?
No.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay, questions? I do have one question. So, this is part of the big contract we awarded, right? They're just a sub for that contract, is that correct? Mr. Lane?
So as part of the agreement with Williams Architects, there were certain investigational contracts that weren't a part of that agreement that Williams doesn't provide, that the city would procure otherwise. One was
Okay.
for the surveying, which was brought at the last council meeting, and then again for the geotechnical investigation, which is soil borings and pavement cores to facilitate in the design.
Okay, so this is extra.
It's part of the same project, but yes, these
But
are
it's a-
extra in addition to
okay.
the previous agreement.
Sorry, I meant to call you ahead of time. Any other questions? Alderman Woods?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, you can tell me if I'm correct or not, this was purposely held out from Williams' contract so they didn't have to mark it up and the city could contract outside to get the surveyor, the topographical guy, the physical engineer, and this soil boring engineering.
Correct. As they don't provide those services, there would be a markup on any subcontractor they provided.
Correct, so there was some savings to the city. All right, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, roll call.
Alderman Ames.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Messina.
Yes.
Alderman Sorrentino.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
Yes.
Alderman Woods.
Yes.
Okay, and that passes.
Next, a resolution approving an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Wooddale and the Illinois Department of Transportation for maintenance and apportionment of energy costs for traffic control devices located on state highways within the City of Wooddale. That is my motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions on this one? Roll call.
Alderman Ames.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Messina.
Yes.
Alderman Sorrentino.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
Yes.
Alderman Woods.
Yes.
And that passes.
And that concludes my reports, Mayor.
Thank you. Finance and Administration, Alderman Catalano.
I have four, Mayor. First is a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a certain collective bargaining agreement between the City of Wooddale and International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 150. That is my motion.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Questions? Roll call.
Alderman Ames.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Messina.
Yes.
Alderman Sorrentino.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
Yes.
Alderman Woods.
Yes.
And that passes.
Next is a resolution seeking the approval of an agreement contract between the City of Wooddale and Flash and Thunder Fireworks for the 2021 tree lighting fireworks and the 2022 Perry Fest fireworks in the amount not to exceed $20,000 total. That is my motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions on this? Roll call.
Alderman Ames.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Messina.
Yes.
Alderman Sorrentino.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
Yes.
Alderman Woods.
Yes.
That passes.
Next is a resolution for maintenance under the Illinois Highway Code, Section 210000-00, General Maintenance. That is my motion.
A motion and a
Second.
second. Any questions on this? Roll call.
Alderman Ames.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Messina.
Yes.
Alderman Sorrentino.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
Yes.
Alderman Woods.
Yes.
And
And-
that passes.
And the last one is a resolution for maintenance under the Illinois Highway Code, Section 22-00000-00, GM, General Maintenance. That is my motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions? Roll call.
Alderman Ames.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Messina.
Yes.
Alderman Sorrentino.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
Yes.
Alderman Woods.
Yes.
And that passes.
And that's the end of my report, Mayor.
Thank you. Under other business, airport noise, just to let everyone know, next week there's a Fly Quiet meeting. They'll be discussing option H, where it's a 16-week rotation. And stormwater report, basically, final punch list items on Ward 2 and 3. Is that correct, Mr. Lang? Yes, thank you. Approval list of bills, Alderman Catalano.
Mayor.
Yes, I'd like to entertain a motion for the list of bills of September 16, 2021, for $578,720.86. That is my motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Do we have questions?
Not about the bills, but
Okay.
I have-
Alderman Catalano?
Yeah, page 161, the street light maintenance in Potter and Prospect for 2,700.
What page is that?
Page 161.
What's the question?
The question is, wasn't that baked into the contract with the stormwater contract? I mean, or was this part of the construction?
Mr. Lang, you're going to take this one?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. The poles were removed. It was decided at that point that would be an opportunity to replace the heads instead of having the contractor have their subcontractor do it. we elected to have our contractor, H&H, supply the heads and install them along Potter Street and Prospect Avenue.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, roll call.
Alderman Ames.
Yes.
Alderman Catalano.
Yes.
Alderman Currielli.
Yes.
Alderman Messina.
Yes.
Alderman Sorrentino.
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski.
Yes.
Alderman Woods.
Yes.
And that passes. Thank you. We need a motion to adjourn into executive session for land acquisition
Mayor.
and pending litigation
I got a question for you.
regarding executive session.
No, just something to speak out loud for the city manager.
Go ahead.
I'd just like to thank the city manager and all the directors and everyone underneath them for that award, Triple Crown Award that we were, and anybody. So, I wasn't here last week, and I wanted to thank all you and everyone that's underneath you for doing a great job, making us look good, so, thank you.
That was all Director Wilson, not the city manager.
That is all you, I know.
All right, I need a motion to adjourn into executive session for land acquisition and pending litigation. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
That motion.
Mike Hess and Dean. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passed.
Randy, what were you saying?